Hi, my name is Zinga, and this is a response video to the KONY 2012 viral video Bonanza. This is just my opinion based on what people have said, different research that's out there, and just my own thoughts. So, firstly, I want to address that I support the actual cause itself. Um, the First of all, I guess let me explain if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a KONY, Joseph Kony. He is a leader of a rebel group called the LRA in Uganda and in other parts of Africa that this man that made the video is trying to capture because he uses child soldiers and like young girls as sex slaves and things like that. So they're trying to capture him. I totally agree with the idea to capture him and to get rid of the threat that he's causing to a lot of young children and their families. So I definitely agree with that. And I do think that awareness is a big thing because when people are aware of it, they will act. And when the government sees that people are aware of it, they will act as well because they want to, I guess, please the public. So it's definitely a good thing in terms of awareness. So I don't want to criticize that because I think it's a great cause and people are doing the right thing by getting interested in it. Even though it's an issue that's been around for a while, it's just for some reason it just exploded today. In terms of the Invisible Children organization, many people have heard controversies about them. And my opinion is, first of all, when I first saw the video, I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. I don't usually even watch videos that become viral like right away because I don't really like to. But I did say, oh yeah, this is a cool video, very well made. But the fact about the Invisible Children organization is, as you might have heard, they're kind of sketchy with their financials. So I don't know if I'd support them financially per se. They seem to spend a lot of money on things that might not exactly go towards the cause. So just be careful when you're giving your money because you want to make sure you're giving your money to the right things. Also, the goals of Invisible Children, I'm not exactly sure that I agree with them. Just because they fund like militia in Uganda and in other parts of Africa, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know if funding a military that is suspicious in itself is the right way to do it. Maybe peacekeepers or sending in an army that has been like approved that they are doing the mission respectfully and ethically, I think is more important than funding a militia that's inside the country. So that's definitely something important to consider. Also, yeah, so consider where you're spending your money and where is it going to. Don't just give blindly to the organization, to any organization. Make sure you know where your money's going. So that's one thing you definitely need to watch out for. And this video is very persuasive, but you want to make sure you're thinking critically. Also, the issue of Africa and Uganda specifically. This issue, yes, it is a issue in Uganda, but also it has spread to other places. So the issue itself is not just a Uganda issue. So we want to make sure that if we're trying to address the issue, we're addressing it head on in the places that we need to go. Because like KONY, he's probably not in Uganda right now. He's probably somewhere else, and the issue has spread wildly. So we have to address it in that way. Also, one thing that really bugged me about this video and this whole movement is the idea of I'm not saying that KONY is not an evil person and what he's doing is bad. I'm just saying we're romanticizing the idea that he's this bad guy that we need to go capture. This is concerning to me because of the amount of attention that Africa gets in terms of its social problems and the fact that Western cultures, and I've seen this opinion written elsewhere, that Western cultures think that they're like the better people and that African people need saving or they need help or they need people to do something for them. I feel like this whole idea that we know what's best and we're trying to enforce it and make them better because we're better, that's very risky. I'm not saying that the international community shouldn't respond to this. I am saying that we need to be careful how we view this, and especially as like a black woman myself, like the idea that the bad guy is the dark-skinned black guy is really risky to me to have that imagery floating around. I think we should make sure that we think critically and make sure that we're not taking any biases and that we're not saying that I'm better than you, my ways are better than your ways, and you should change them in the way that I want you to change. We don't know all the answers, and we shouldn't pretend that we do. The next thing is the whole idea of the social networking aspect. Social networking is all about fads. Something's really popular for one day, it's gone the next day. What's to say that this is going to be something that you say, yeah, I'm so fired up about it, and then within 5 days or whatever, you've forgotten about it and something else important has come up. What's to say that this is not going to be one of those times? So I do love the idea. I just hope that the fad doesn't die out, especially because these rallies are happening in April 20th, and that's a long time. People forget about it. They're not going to be as fired up. So I don't know even if social media is the right way to approach this problem, since it's not a fad problem. It needs to happen. Action would need to happen now, and not necessarily rallies are important, but there's other things we need to do. Which brings me back to the next point, which is how should we respond to this? I think that rallies are a good idea. They're a great way to address the issue, but I don't know if the rallies in themselves are the only way to do it, and by liking it on Facebook and all these things like that. We would need to send letters to the politicians, investigate the issue ourselves, and try to take action that the politicians will take the right action. And maybe like sending the US military might not even be the right action, but I guess being aware of the issue, sending letters to politicians and to your local MPPs or whatever, and letting them know that you care about this issue and that they should address it in a way that works for and that will help Uganda and help Africa, not just help us and make us feel better about the issue. So I think that taking political action is probably probably a more way to actually solve the issue, not necessarily just bring awareness, but to solve the issue, take more political action, and find out more about how the government could possibly help the issue. So for me personally, I hopefully over the next couple of days or a little while, I want to research on how to write a good letter to like an MPP and maybe send a letter to a politician or something to get awareness about the issue, not just to solve it because we want to feel better about the injustice, but to solve it so that Uganda can grow as a country. So hopefully you have seen some of my perspective on this topic. I hope it doesn't turn into just a fad that we forget about. I support the cause, don't necessarily support the organization itself. So just remember to think critically about when you watch a video, when you see about a cause, because videos are very easy to make it very persuasive. So make sure you check out the facts, check out the information, the research, form your own opinion, and take action that you think will actually be effective. So this is the first video I've actually made about a response to a video, so hopefully you guys liked it, and maybe I'll be doing some more. So thank you.